Great afternoon, everyone. I am Christian, and today our discussion will be all about pronoun antecedent agreement. But before we go through to our topic, let's have first our quick review for what is pronoun and what is antecedent. So, what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes place of a noun to refer a person or a thing. And we also use pronoun to avoid the repeated usage of a noun whenever we are making sentences, or especially if we are having conversation with others. There are a lot of pronouns that exist, but we commonly use he, she, and it if we are referring to a singular noun, and they, them, and their if we are referring to a plural form of a noun. And what is antecedent naman? Antecedent is a thing or an event that exists or comes before another. Let me have you an example. If it rains, the ground is wet. So what will be our antecedent there? Our antecedent will be if it rains, because the ground won't get wet if it didn't rain. Diba? So that's antecedent. Okay, after having our quick recap for the pronoun and antecedent, let's proceed now to our main topic, which is pronoun antecedent agreement. What is pronoun antecedent agreement? Pronoun antecedent agreement is a grammar rule that states that pronouns must match their antecedents in number, person, and gender. So how does it work? If the antecedent is singular, the pronoun should be singular as well. Let me have you an example. Anna is sick. That's why she couldn't go to school. Our antecedent will be Anna is sick. Since Anna is singular and she is feminine, we use the appropriate pronoun she. That's why she couldn't go to school. Okay. For the second example, Luke is no longer happy with his job. So he made up his mind and decided to resign. Luke is also our subject in the antecedent. Since Luke is masculine, we will use the appropriate pronoun, which is he and his. Is no longer happy with his job, so he made up his mind and decided to resign. And now let's proceed to the second rule. If the antecedent is plural, the pronoun should be plural as well. Let's have our examples. Maria and Lisa have a thing in common. They both love listening to ballad music. Maria and Lisa, our antecedent is no longer singular. They are plural kasi dalawa na sila. And since there is no distinction when it comes to gender form of plural, we will use the appropriate plural they, and they both love listening to ballad music. For another example, the employees establish a protest against the company to show their dislike to the new management. Employees is already in plural form because it has S on the end. And we will use the appropriate plural there, then will be to show their dislike to the new management. And for another example, due to the absence of the last will and testament, the Gomez siblings filed a petition to the court for them to equally divide their father's left properties. So our antecedent there will be the Gomez siblings, and we will use the appropriate form of pronoun plural form, which is them and their, filed a petition to the court for them to equally divide their father's left properties. So I hope we're clear with that. So here is the thing. How about with indefinite pronouns? Or what if our antecedent is an indefinite pronoun? But before we go to that, let's define first what an indefinite pronoun is. An indefinite pronoun, a pronoun that refers to a person or a thing in a general way without specifying who or what it is being referred to. So technically, an indefinite pronoun, it does not explicitly specify the person, the gender, or even the number in particular. So let's go back here. How about with indefinite pronouns? When it comes to indefinite pronouns, it is actually a different case because there are indefinite pronouns that are considered as singular, indefinite pronoun considered as plural, and indefinite pronoun considered as both singular and plural. So here are the list of indefinite pronouns considered as singular. So it means they are always singular. So you better jot down this list. Another, anyone, anything, each, either, enough, everyone, everything, less, little, much, neither, no one or nobody, nothing, other, one, someone, and something. So let's have our example. Everyone is advised to complete his or her lacking documents. Since everyone is also considered as singular indefinite pronoun, indefinite pronoun as singular, we will use his or her, not their lacking documents, but his or her lacking documents. And for the second example, everything should be in its place. Also, everything is an indefinite pronoun considered as singular, so we will use its. Everything should be in its place. So I hope we're clear with that, and now let's proceed to indefinite pronouns as plural. So it means they are always plural. These are both few, fewer, others, and several. Let's have our example. Several students did not make to pass their projects on deadline. So as you've noticed, we use the appropriate pronoun there. And the second example is both of them are no longer qualified in the competition due to their involvement in game fixing. So same goes here. We also use their, since it both is also a indefinite pronoun considered as plural. And let's go now to the other one, indefinite pronouns as both singular and plural. So it means you can use pronouns singular and in plural form, and these are all, most, more, none, some, and such. So I'll read the two examples. Due to strict judging system, none of participants were able to showcase their full potentials. And the second example is none of the special guests attend his or her party. So as you've noticed in the first example, we use their, the pronoun there, because pwede siyang gamitin dahil nga yung none is nandyan sa listahan natin. And for the second example, none of the special guests attend his or her party. And here naman, we use the pronoun his and her. We use the singular form of pronoun. So yun lang, and it's very tricky when it comes to indefinite pronouns. So you'd better have your list, you better jot down the list so to avoid mistakes on singularity and plurality of the pronoun. And thank you so much for listening. I hope that you've learned something today. And that's all for our discussion. Thank you and goodbye.